Today, we'll be talking about branding for tour companies. When it comes to branding, most tour companies build their brand around their company name. But there's a small problem with that. Travelers rarely ever buy a safari because of the company. They buy because of the experience that's included in the itinerary. If two tour companies sell the same tour package, staying in the same lodges, going to the same parks, and taking the same activities, the traveler might not even notice the difference. Which raises an uncomfortable question. Are tour companies branding the wrong thing? A lot of tour companies tend to copy the way hotels and airlines do their branding. Look at how most tour companies introduce themselves. You will often see something like XYZ Safari, the best safari in East Africa. Or something else like ABC Adventures, trusted since 1996. The company name is left, right, and center. The wrong assumption that they are making is that the business itself is part of the product. But this assumption comes from copying other industries like hotels and airlines. And this is where the mistake begins. Let's look at airlines first. When someone books a flight with Kenya Airways, Rwanda, or Air Tanzania, what exactly are they buying? They are buying the airline itself. The airline owns the aircraft, they hire the crew, the airline controls the schedule, it's responsible for quality of the service, and they control the safety standards. In other words, the airline itself is the product. In the same way, when you look at a hotel, it's the same thing. When someone books a room at a hotel like Serena or Sarova or whichever other property, they are paying for the hotel itself. The building, the rooms, the restaurant, the staff, the service. Everything belongs to the hotel. So in these industries, branding the company itself makes perfect sense because the company is literally the product that the customer is buying. Tour companies are different. If you take a tour operator, for instance, what product are they selling? A tour package usually includes several things: accommodation at a lodge or a camp, entry into a park or a reserve, transport in a safari vehicle, a guide, transfers, sometimes flights, other times excursions, and so on. Most of these things belong to other businesses. The accommodation belongs to the hotel, the park belongs to the government, the flights belong to the airline. So what does the tour operator actually do? The tour operator curates the experience. They combine different products from multiple businesses into one cohesive experience. Which means the tour operator is not selling one product, they are selling a carefully assembled combination of products. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say you want to order a pizza from a restaurant. You can buy the pizza from restaurant A or you can buy the pizza from restaurant B. If both restaurants make good pizzas, the difference may not be dramatic. Now imagine something else happens. You order a pizza, but instead you receive a burger. That is a completely different product. Safari number 1 is 3 nights in Maasai Mara, staying at Mara Serena Lodge. Safari number 2 is 3 nights at Maasai Mara, staying at Angama Mara. These two safaris are completely different experiences. Different rooms, different views, different atmosphere. Even the prices of the two tour packages will be different. But now, imagine something else. The itinerary stays exactly the same. The same park, the same lodge, the same number of days, the same activities. The only thing that changes is the tour operator that's organizing it. In many cases, the traveler might not even notice the difference. In this case, the product is a safari experience, not the tour operator. This has a very important implication, especially when it comes to branding. Most tour companies try to brand their company first, but travelers rarely ever search that way. Travelers usually search for experiences. They search for things like Maasai Mara Safari, gorilla trekking in Rwanda, Serengeti migration safari, a week in Zanzibar, and so on. Do you notice what's missing here? The name of the tour company. Travelers start with the experience they want. Only later do they go looking for someone to provide them with that experience or to organize it for them. So when a tour operator leads their branding with a company name, they are starting at the wrong point in the traveler's decision-making process. And now, this raises another question. If two tour companies sell very similar tour packages, where does the real difference come from? Not in the destination, not in the lodge, not in the park. The real difference usually comes in the buying experience. How fast are you to respond to inquiries? How transparent are you with the information that you give, with the advice that you provide to your customers? How flexible are you with customization? How professional is your communication? How smooth are the logistics once the safari begins? Now let's go back to the pizza example. Two restaurants can sell the same type of pizza. The difference often comes from things like service, packaging, speed of delivery, and customer service. This is where the reputation is built. Once you've done your branding, you now need to think about marketing. How do you tell the world about your brand and your products? And that is a topic for another video. See you in the next one. Cheers.